can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida. Licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Rayom can help.
We are live, 8p, actually the place to be. It is the Squared Circle Digest. This will be a real quick show. Not a real quick show because for some reason, we can never do quick. But we are going to do our WrestleMania picks and then be out for tonight. As I am Sean Stanley, your host, and he is the great Frankie Fresco. How we doing, sir?
What's going on, guys? A little bit under the weather. Been struggling with my health since Saturday night. I've been feeling like crap. But we're here. We can't let the fans not know what my WrestleMania picks are. So
yeah, I mean, we got to hear all these wrong picks from you today. That's what this
exactly. Yeah.
If you're gonna bet money, go against everything. Frankie, actually, no, he's been pretty damn good, actually. So we'll go with that. This year, again, as always, WrestleMania 2 nights. The main card will start at 7 p.m. both nights. Live pre-shows will stream both nights at 4 p.m. So 3-hour pre-shows each night. Wow. And right now there's 7 matches on night 1, 6 matches on night 2, but we believe there's going to be a Randy Orton match added, which will be 7 and 7, 14 total matches coming your way from Las Vegas Saturday and Sunday, not to include NXT Stand and Deliver will be there Saturday afternoon. The Hall of Fame will be there Saturday morning because it's on at 1 a.m. in the morning here because they want everybody to go to SmackDown there. Of course, there it's going to be 5 to 8 p.m. and then they give 2 hours, 10 p.m. start in Vegas for the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. So 1 a.m. it will go live here. I know you'll be watching that, Frankie Fresco.
Yeah, I'll definitely try to watch as much as I can. I know. Right?
You ain't staying up actually, no, you could probably, you and Memo are probably the two that could probably be up to watch that.
Yeah, it's our sleeping habits are all over the place.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem with unfortunately, being in the entertainment business, you got so much stuff you got going on. Your sleepy habits are all over the place.
Yeah. It's hard to get good health and stay healthy there.
I
As we
know,
can
man.
see by the great Frankie Fresco. All right, let's dive in. I don't
Mhm.
want to keep Frankie any longer. Memo's in, my dad's in, Finn Post in. If you're watching us on Twitter, X, Facebook, Twitch, whatever else, throw in the comments. They pop up here. We will take your questions, but we are really tonight focused WrestleMania and our picks.
I thought you were focused on AEW making the new Collision on Thursday night because
Well,
they
they moved
want
it
to.
because they didn't want to go against WrestleMania like they did that one time. They
Yeah.
did a collision against, and I think they did two. Oh, Wilford Joseph's in. He's not
Mhm.
going to like today's show. That was our AEW talk right there.
Yeah, I was watching Collision and I was like, "Oh, a special spring break. We're moving it to Thursday." I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
they don't want to go against WrestleMania." I
I,
could
I
tell.
will just say this real quick. I think they missed and they fumbled the ball here on Athena versus Mercedes Moné in a semifinal match on Dynamite. That should have been a finals. That should have been a finals. Whether you do it on Dynamite, Collision, whatever else, I feel like you dropped the ball by not making that the finals. That's all I'll say on that. Night one card. No idea what the first match will be, but I think it's probably going to be
Yeah.
Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte Flair.
Mm-mm. For
Or
me,
you think it might be Jay and Gunther?
yeah, you have to make
Okay.
that as
Oh,
a
it's gonna be
main.
one of those two are gonna be the first match. I can't believe they put both of those on the same night though. Now that I'm looking at it, I didn't even realize it. They could have had one start night one and one start night two. At least then it's kind of the importance of winning the Royal Rumble. Now it's just another match on the card to me for one of them. We'll just go by the order. They kind of just got this kind of jumbled up. They start with the legend, the Hall of Famer, Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. Frankie Fresco, night one. Who is your pick?
You know, Rey Mysterio won on Monday Night Raw yesterday against one of the Creed brothers, and then a Grand Americano came in there and gave headbutts to everybody with the metal plate in his mask. I hope that they don't check his mask. I'm pretty sure they'll probably do something like that. But something tells me that I think El Grand Americano is gonna win this. I don't think El Grand Americano. It wouldn't make any sense for El Grand Americano to lose this right away. He just started, so it's like you gotta make sure that he continues his run. So I say he beats Rey Mysterio. I'm going with a Grand Americano. Plus, he's a fan favorite of my eye right now.
He is the Grand American. I mean, let's just call it what it is here. The only thing that kind of does he go over on the Hall of Famer in his first match? That would kind of go with the storyline, right? He's the greatest luchador or whatever the story when they put him in all the photoshopped them in and added them in the graphics and all this stuff. You know what? I cannot go against you, man. I'm going with you, Americano.
It just makes sense. Why do you? I mean, don't you think if he loses, it'll like kind of hurt him in the long run? Like,
Yeah, that's why I thought this was going to be more of a. I thought more of the large American. Sorry, Sammy. Good. I'm sorry. I apologize. I thought with
no,
the storyline
It's a
again.
Grande Americano, not Chad Gable, sir. A Grande Americano memo.
Yeah, let's get this right. I mean, let's call it what it is. El Grande Americano. Let's go.
It's not Chad Gable, sir. It's not Chad-
Gracias.
yeah.
I love it. But that's why I thought it would be more a line of like a luchador type extravaganza. And then, El Grande Americano at the end might slide in and win. But hey, it is what it is. And I agree with you. I think it kind of hurts the story if he loses to Mysterio here.
No,
I don't think it's a clean win. I think they catch him with the one, it's going to be one of those things like an Eddie Guerrero type finish where they take the part out of his mask or something before the match. So you think, oh, now there's no way. There's no longer, what? Chad Gable no longer work for WWE. What happened? I have to look at that. I don't know what that means. But okay, Rich TWE. But I think you're right. They're going to find the foreign object, and then somehow throughout the match, it works its way back around. And
not only that, but I feel like El Gran Americano got disrespected last night because Rey Mysterio was talking all his crap about, he's a Mexican luchador and everything, and he tried to take a Grand Americano's mask. I mean, that you don't do
Yeah.
that to a luchador, So I hope a Grand Americano wins.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Rey
fighting fire
Mysterio
with fire here, isn't he? Though?
shouldn't be doing that. Then I felt disrespected by Rey Mysterio doing that to a Grand Americano. You do not take that guy's mask off.
I mean, you're the man of many masks. I mean, you are Mil Maskers, the man of a million masks.
Yes,
That's how you have.
mil
Yeah.
máscaras. Yes, correct, sir. That is correct.
Thank you. The next match for the WWE. EA Minutes.
Oh, you changed your name, EA Minutes?
Oh, he threw me off. Okay, all right, sorry. And Jeff from Long Island is in.
What's up,
Appreciate
man?
you. Sammy's in as well. No doubt, I saw a minute ago. Oh boy.
Oh,
All right, you and Memo are at it again here on the chat board. I won't dive into that conversation.
Yeah.
The tag team titles on the line, the War Raiders, Eric and Ivar, The New Day, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods. I'll go with this one first. I think with the way the story kind of's going, the New Day is going to steal the titles in this match. That's the way I feel like it's going, but I also feel like that's one of the things where it looks like it's going that way, and the War Raiders will just walk out and win the titles. But I will go the New Day as the new champs, leaving WrestleMania.
You know what? Man, this one's a little bit rough, a little bit hard for me because I really did feel like the New Day was going to become the tag team champions, but I don't know. I think the War Raiders deserve to a little bit more of a run with their tag team belts. So I'm gonna go on a different route. I'm gonna say the War Raiders win this one.
I don't think there's, again, this is one of those matches. There's a lot of matches on here where you can look at it and kind of see both, either any way of them going would be probably pretty decent. Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Now, to me, there's a lot of unknowns in this match, but it appears to me that with this on night one, I would have to believe that Bianca Belair does not get involved since she's on night two. The only question that I would have on this, again, because they had Jade Cargill. They had Bianca Belair cut like a promo last night because everybody's been talking about how she's coming across so heelish, and then she's kind of like, I'm just in my head space and all this stuff. I feel like Jade needs the win, but I don't know what they're gonna do with this one. I will go. Yeah, I'm not gonna overthink it. Jade Cargill gets the win.
Yeah, man. I definitely don't see in any way, shape, or form Naomi winning this one. I think Jade Cargill the whole time, especially WrestleMania. Yeah, she wins it all day.
Yeah. EA Minutes or Richie TWE says Big E will screw New Day. That's a possibility. I mean, that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool to see, and I would have no problem if that ended up happening and I took the loss for that if Big E is there. Because to me, if Big E gets involved like that physically, then I feel like there's more momentum of Big E coming back, which is what I always wanted so far. I mean, that's all I want. One, I want him to be healthy, but two, I'd love to see him back in the ring. Yeah. The WWE United States Championship, man, LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu.
You want me to go first on this one?
Yeah, you can go first on this one, man.
Man, I like LA Knight a lot. And obviously I made one of my shows, Let Me Talk to You, based on him. But
yeah,
I just don't see Jacob Fatu losing this. I think this one's the one where Jacob Fatu already takes the realm. And there's a lot of more opponents available for Jacob Fatu. I think LA Knight is running out of opponents to defend the USA belt. So I think Jacob Fatu is the right way to go. So I say Jacob Fatu wins this.
Yeah, I don't see any way. I almost feel like this is the match like we just talked about with Jade Cargill. I just don't see Jacob Fatu losing at WrestleMania right now with the way he's come in, the bulldozer and the Samoan werewolf and all that stuff. Jacob Fatu leaves to me, the United States champion. Then we've got, sorry, lost my place. Oh, Gunther versus Jey Uso. Now this one has kind of, for me, and then this is all I will say.
Well,
I feel like Jey Uso's lost some luster without coming out with the Yeet entrance. I get what they're trying to do and make him serious and the badass and all this stuff. But the last couple entrances when he's come out, the energy's not there. And I feel like if this WrestleMania would have been at the beginning of April, the end of March, Jey Uso is walking out the heavyweight champion. And I'm probably overthinking this because I honestly thought we would get the feel-good moment. I think Gunther leaves still world heavyweight champion after all is said and done at WrestleMania. Even though I thought when this started, it would be Jey Uso all day, every day. But I don't see that happen anymore. I'm going to take Gunther leaving. And that promo he cut the other night, like I just feel like he's got more going for him than Jey Uso does.
for me, I just can't see Jey Uso losing in the sense that he beat up his brother, he made his brother bleed, and it wasn't. I like the fact that on yesterday they didn't cut each other off when they did their promos. You know,
Yes.
Gunther did his, and then Jey Uso did his as
Mine
well.
is, yep.
And you saw Jey Uso kind of teased the crowd again of doing the yeet
Yeah.
all over the crowd. So
Mhm.
um I just don't see, especially how this whole Rocky story. The only way Rocky wins, the only way I don't see. What was the bad guy's name? Drago.
Drago in
Drago.
Florida. Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't see Drago winning this. So it's always been like a Rocky type of vibe story. So I see Jey Uso wins and beats Gunther and becomes a new champion.
All right. This one here, do you guys feel Gunther's title is an inferior belt to Cody's belt? I mean, Cody's Cody. I mean, he's above Gunther. I mean, whether you want to say it's an inferior belt, I think Gunther's done well for his title reign. But again, Cody came in finishing a story 2 years in the making. He beat Roman Reigns, who had been champion for 1,200 days. Like, you don't. There's just the titles are way different when you look at that. No doubt says Jay might bleed also. I could see Gunther playing with his food, choking him out, covered in Jay's blood. And again, that's kind of like, I just feel like if this match would have happened 3 or 4 weeks ago, Jey Uso is leaving the heavyweight champion. I don't see it now. And again, that might be what they're favoring for. And you know, and Frankie Fresco is reading right through the tea leaves and sees it all, because that's what Frankie Fresco usually does. He sees all.
Yeah, I see.
This one has just been like, I'm very interested to see how this match transpires because Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair, the buildup for this has just been all over the damn place. And it's you know, like a lot of people were like, oh, it was Charlotte testing her. And then, you know, like, it doesn't matter. You're supposed to be professional.
Yeah.
And both of them have not been professional. And now we get to the biggest stage, and you wonder if one of them goes into business for themselves. So for you, Frankie Fresco, Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte Flair, the WWE Women's Championship, night 1, WrestleMania 41.
I just don't. I think this would hurt Tiffany Stratton if she doesn't win this. I think Charlotte Flair doesn't need another title, and I think you could run this all over again, even whatever way it happens. For me, man, I'm gonna go with Tiffy time. I think Tiffy started it. I think Tiffy is on a high. I like the Charlotte Flair heel look, and I think at the end of the day, they'll probably run this again, maybe on another pay per view. But I got Tiffany winning this one in WrestleMania.
Yeah, I agree with you with the way they built up, the way Tiffany got the run. I always felt that if Charlotte Flair came back to take on Tiffany Stratton, this would be kind of like that first notch in Tiffy's belt to be like, I can go. Has anything changed because of all of the, BS that's been going on? I don't know, but I agree with you. If Tiffany does not win this, it hurts her more than it would hurt Charlotte Flair to take a loss at WrestleMania. So I agree with you. It's Tiffy time.
And just FYI, guys, I'm sorry if you see me coughing a lot. I'm like I told you, I'm under the weather, so I'm like muting myself that way you guys don't hear me cough.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I thought you were just freezing up. Actually,
No, it's just me coughing a lot, man.
all right. Now this is a match where it'll be the main event of night one. The whole Paul Heyman dynamic has been very interesting, the way it's all been played up. We saw it on Raw last night. Roman Reigns, CM Punk with Paul Heyman versus Seth Rollins. So it's Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. I think I said that wrong. I think I made it seem like it was a tag team. But for you, Frankie, we've discussed this many times. For me, I still lean toward. It feels like Seth needs this more than Roman or CM Punk. The problem I have is if Roman takes a loss, that's 2 straight losses at WrestleMania. And I feel like they're building up CM Punk to where he wouldn't take a loss. So I don't see who Seth Rollins pins. As I say that, it's like, playing it through my head, trying to figure out who is going to take this. Then I've sat here and I've thought about this, and again, the old regime, as matches are built up, you watch and you see who's getting beat down every week.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, the last 3 times he's been on TV, Roman Reigns has been left laying.
Yeah.
And I feel like, if Seth gets pinned, oh well. That's kind of the way I feel like. It's like Roman 2 losses at WrestleMania. CM Punk, I feel like he's getting built up for a run at some point here soon, so he can't take the loss. Whereas I feel like it would be important for Seth Rollins to get the win. He's also the one that could take the loss and really not affect anything going on. I just feel like it's heading toward Roman Reigns winning this. And I feel like because of what happened last night with him pushing Paul Heyman, I think Paul Heyman turned on CM Punk and cost CM Punk the match.
So who do you got winning?
I'm going Roman Reigns.
You're going with Roman. Okay. All right. So the last couple of Monday nights and that have happened, it's always been Seth being on top, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Seth obviously yesterday was on top as well. The night before he didn't do the stomp, so he's technically deserves a favor as well. Punk has always been there for Paul Heyman.
Mm-hmm.
Roman's pissed. Roman's upset. Roman has been getting beat pretty bad. I don't see Seth winning this. I think he's the odd man out. I feel like it's either going to be Roman or CM Punk. And I just can't see CM Punk losing this one, especially since he lost the Elimination Chamber and all that stuff. I don't know, man. I just don't see it. I don't see Punk. Punk's been taking a lot of L's just as literally in matches more than Roman. So I think personally, I think CM Punk pulls this off. I think Paul Heyman gives him the upper edge, and I think because of that, CM Punk is able to win this match. I think he finally gets his moment, and I think he wins, man. I'm going CM Punk all day with this one.
So there was a thing that came out the other day, and actually it wasn't the other day because it was just said last night. I'm trying to find it right now real quick as I'm scrolling through, and I was trying. It just made me remind because somebody put this out there that Seth Rollins
said
what? A line. It said It was Stephanie Hypes. If you don't follow her, I recommend you to follow her. It's Stephanie IE at the end. She said, stop. Seth Rollins said best for business, similar to what Cena said before it was revealed he aligned with The Rock. Do you think, because we've discussed this, you brought it up on a show, I think, a couple weeks ago, where would Seth join and they make a faction with The Rock and Cena?
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Because also remember, who got Cody the title? It was Seth. What if Seth cost Cody the title the next year and helped Cena win the title?
That's a good point, man.
Because it's WrestleMania, and it's one of those things where it's like you expect something out of the ordinary to happen, and I feel like that's it. It's not going to be a regular match. Now, whether Roman now joins, his cousin or however you want to look at it, or does this lead to him helping Seth pin Roman, and now we reinitiate the whole Rock Roman feud to where, we'll finally get the match, which has always been teased and we've never gotten.
Plus, you could also make it seem like Paul Heyman does turn on Roman and on CM Punk and officially goes with Seth Rollins. So it could
And
could
he
happen.
could run that for The Rock, who's not there. Heyman could be the mouthpiece for the Cena Rollins faction.
That's
But
not a bad
Cena's not
idea.
there either. You know what I'm saying? It'll be like more Rollins Heyman running it, but you'll have those two kind of there. It's a very interesting thing. I don't know if, again, that's going to play a fact, but we know how at WrestleManias, it's always expect the unexpected. And we know Cena's there, so I got to believe The Rock's going to be there at some point. I don't know, if he comes in for one night, both nights, I don't know. But it's going to be very interesting to see, what happens there.
What up, Terry?
Yeah, Terry, what's up, my man? Randy Orton will take on somebody. We don't know who. I'm going Randy Orton on night 2.
Is it official that he's gonna get a match?
It's not official, but everybody believes it is because they only made 6 matches for night 2. And a lot of people are thinking it's going to be Nick Aldis, the commission, the general manager, just to give him that kind of a chance, that not the chance, but that match on that big stage. Because he has been the NWA heavyweight champion. He's the one that he fought Cody at the first All In. So.
Okay. Well, until we don't know, but if it is, then I say Randy.
I don't believe whoever he fights is not winning. Randy Orton's winning because he is the poster child for the next pay-per-view in his hometown of St. Louis, Missouri. So I got to believe he wins here and he goes toward the next pay-per-view. So I'm going to take Orton. If he doesn't fight, then we both win regardless. All right, so we each got to win on night 2 already.
Sweet.
The Sin City street fight. You knew you were going to get one of these. You knew you were going to get a street fight.
Yeah.
Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre. This is one of those matches to where both need a win, but both could be beat. It's one of those, this is the pick'em. Man, I'm gonna go. I'm going Damian Priest on this one, man.
You're gonna go Priest. This is kind of like a lackluster fight. It's kind of like the story has kind of diminished, recently. It's not that crazy.
This was also one of those that could have been just a real simple. You cashed in on me, and you took away my moment, and they try to make it more than what it was.
Yeah, I remember there was a part where I think Damian Priest put Drew McIntyre through the car windshield and stuff like that. I think that was the last image we got from them, wasn't it? Was it the last image we got from Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest?
What was that? One more time. Sorry.
The one that he threw him under he did I think like a choke slam on the windshield of the car.
And that's when the glass got in Drew's eyes.
Yeah, that was the last time. I think that was the last time we saw them, right? Or was there something after
I think they did something on SmackDown, but I missed it. I'm not gonna lie, I missed it on the Smack because somehow Drew's got a chain that looks like Damian. So I don't know what happened on the last SmackDown because they do stuff in between and different things. And a 3-hour SmackDown just cannot keep me entertained. Now this one, I'll probably watch this one because they're gonna have a lot of stuff feeding in for the WrestleMania weekend. So, but
I'm gonna go Drew, bro. I think Drew wins this one.
Yeah.
I think Drew wins. He needs a win.
again, I know it's easy to say it's a 50-50 chance, but it really is on this one because I don't think it hurts either one to lose, and it doesn't hurt either one. It'll help both of them to win. So, the tag team championship, your girl Liv Morgan. Okay, Drew did beat up Damian on SmackDown and took his chain at this last SmackDown.
So if
thank you,
that was
No
the
Doubt,
last,
for the
if that
update.
was the last thing that happened, then I'm pretty sure Damian Priest is gonna win it. Then
Well, you got this SmackDown now. Could they do something else? It's night 2, so you could still do something here, recover to be there. The women's tag team champion, your girl Liv Morgan. So I mean, Dirty Dom, your boy Dirty Dom will probably be out there. Raquel Rodriguez will take on Bailey and Lyra Valkyria because we just throw together 2 people
yeah,
instead of having a team actually fight for a tag team title. Who are you going with, Frankie Fresco?
I just don't think that Lyra Valkyria needs a tag team belt to go along with her other belt that she has. So it just doesn't make any sense for them to win. I think Raquel and Liv are a better tag team just because they usually work together, while Bailey and Lyra were just put in together. So I'm gonna go with Liv and Raquel. I said they retain the belts.
Yeah, I just feel like this was put together because they wanted to get Bailey on the show. Honestly, it's one of those things where it's like, hey, when you get somebody on, okay, let's put her in a tag team with Lyra Valkyria, and now we get both of them on the show. Like, I agree with you 100%. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, if they lose the titles,
I'll be shocked.
I would be. But again, when you look at it right now, so you've got Jay winning the heavyweight title.
Yeah,
We got Jacob Fatu winning the U.S. title.
yeah.
Tiffany Stratton retaining her title. So already 2 out of 3. And now you would have 3 out of 4 title matches. New champions.
No. We got Liv and Raquel. Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, if you
If
take
you
Bayley,
if you take the
Lara,
belts
yeah.
off of them,
Yeah.
you would have 3 out of the 4 because I think the other ones are pretty. I mean, again, if you go with Gunther, then now you've got.
well, you got New Day winning, taking the tag team belts from the
Yeah, I do.
women.
I got New Day also. So yeah, I forgot about that one. I missed that one over. So yeah, so I've got 2 out of the 4 title matches changing on night 1. You've got 1 out of the 4.
I got. Oh, hold on. Let me.
Oh
make
no,
sure.
2 out of 4. 'Cause You
Fatu
took Jay. I'm sorry, Jay.
and
Yes.
Jey Uso. Yeah, I got Jay and Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So
How many heels do we have? I have 1 heel. I have 2 heels. I have 2 heels. I have 2 heels winning on night
Yeah, you
1.
have 2 heels winning night 1.
And you have New Day, that's 1. And then you have Gunther, that's 2. And you have
I got 4. I got 4 if you count Roman 5.
How the hell you have 5? What are you talking about? You
I
got
got
New Day?
Americano, New Day,
Yeah, but we both agreed on that. I'm talking about the ones that
Fatu, and Rome, Gunther and Roman. If you count them, that's 5.
Americano, New
That's 5
Day,
heels.
Fatu,
You got
Gunther,
one.
and Roman. Yeah.
You've got
Yeah.
Americano, Fatu. That's it.
I really hope El Grande Americano comes out in a really cool entrance.
Oh, it should be a red, white, and blue like runway. I don't know. I've seen a little bit of the stage, but I haven't seen it finished yet. So
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see that. The Intercontinental Championship match: Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. Fatal 4-way for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. I'm gonna let you go first, there, Frankie Fresco.
Sorry about that.
No doubt, I agree with you.
Lyra 2 belts. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of 2 belts is hard to believe. Yes.
I'm gonna say this, man. This is a tough one. This is a tough one because you got Finn Balor and Dom Mysterio going 1-on-1. Like they could pin each other, So that's a little bit hard. I think Penta is too soon for him to win a belt. That's just how I feel. And Braun Breaker, he is the champion. But the crazy thing about Braun Breaker is that Braun Breaker has lost the belt multiple times and then has gone back and won it again. So it's like I'm gonna say this. I rule out Penta. I think Penta is not. It's too soon for Penta to win a belt. So I'm gonna have Penta out of there. I have those three. These are the next three people. You have Finn, Dom, and Braun Breaker. I think Braun Breaker, it won't hurt him to lose the belt. So I'm not gonna go with Braun Breaker. I said Braun Breaker will lose the belt again. So that leaves me with Finn Balor and Dom Mysterio. And here's the crazy part. I honestly feel that's what's gonna happen here. Is that Finn Balor is gonna go ahead and beat Braun Breaker, and he's gonna go for the 1, 2, 3. And I feel that Dom Mysterio is gonna go ahead and hit Finn Balor and then cover Braun Breaker and win the belt over him. Like he's gonna he's gonna take the advantage and be sneaky like he usually is. And I honestly feel Dom Mysterio is gonna win this. So I'm gonna say Dom Mysterio with the huge upset wins this Fatal 4-Way and becomes a champion.
You know what's funny is I don't believe you're wrong with the winner. I believe Dom wins, but I have it a different way.
Okay.
I have Braun Breaker spearing Finn Balor and then going to spear Dom moving, and as he moves, Braun Breaker can hit the post or whatever, roll out of the ring. Dom just covers Finn Balor and pins him to become the new Intercontinental Champion.
I'm surprised that you are going with Dom.
No, I have said since they made this a 4-way, I agree with it. It doesn't make sense for Penta to win because now he doesn't have to take the loss and he doesn't have to win and he still can look good during the whole match. Yeah. So you don't hurt him. Braun Breaker's going to move on to something else, I believe. So he's going to lose the title. I believe the whole thing that's been set up through all of this has been the Finn Dom storyline.
Yeah.
And one of two things. What I just told you happens, or remember, Dom kept saying, I want a new member of Judgment Day. I want a new member of Judgment Day. What happens if the new member of Judgment Day appears at WrestleMania?
Well, he's kind of backed off from that, though.
The last week or so, yes. But before that, he hadn't. So maybe he just, he wants to become the leader of Judgment Day. Got to start making boss decisions.
Yeah, no doubt. 3 belts in Judgment Day and none for Finn. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, that would be a slap in the face. That would be a good thing.
Especially remember, Finn said he made fun of Raquel for losing the Intercontinental title match with Lyra, or the tournament. Lyra beat her, and he said, I'm going to get the IC title for Judgment Day. How cool it would be for Dom to get it, and then,
Or instead of bringing a new member, maybe JD McDonough makes a return now.
It might be. And then Finn automatically assumes JD's here to help me.
Yeah.
And he changes it and he takes out and helps Dom. Or, JD could do the other way around and take out Dom, and then it's JD and Finn against, the other part of Judgment Day.
It could be, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because then you still have Carlito and Dom, and then,
I think JD comes back.
I think Dom is going to leave here. Just because, man, this is like a perfect chance to say, look, man, as much shit as I give Dom Mysterio, if you can't see how good and how much better he's become, like it's like you're blind, man. You just can't, you just, even on the mic, everything else. And then I read a fact that stated this is the first WrestleMania Dom Mysterio's in where he's not fighting in a match with his dad. One way or the other, either as an opponent or a partner, or, so it's always been a familiar foe in there. Now this is a chance for Dom to be on the main stage and to become the Intercontinental Champion.
I like it.
Make it happen, Dom.
Make it happen.
Make it happen.
I like
he's losing now, right?
I'll pull it off. I'll pull it.
Braun Breaker wins in 10 seconds. They ring the bell. He spears everybody and pins everybody. Okay. AJ Styles, Logan Paul. Look, I love this match. I think it's going to be a great aerial assault for both. I just think AJ Styles is there to make Logan Paul look good on the big stage, and then to, I believe, take the loss. Logan Paul.
I got it the other way around, man. I got AJ Styles winning this one. I think AJ Styles needs to win. And I'm looking at my picks. I'm getting a lot of heel wins here. So I gotta go with somebody who's a baby. So I'm gonna go with AJ Styles winning this one.
All right. Then we go to the triple threat match. Io Sky, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. We've watched the build up to this. It's been a little bit how they did everything, but now the match is here, and all three are great competitors, great superstars. Like, I just don't see. I almost see it the way everything's been going recently. Bianca and Rhea get so focused on each other, they forget about Io. And somehow Io sneaks out the victory and leaves. But also, I take into account this too. If Bianca does get involved in Naomi and Jade Cargill could be the one coming out to take out Bianca Belair in this match as well. And then it would leave Io and Rhea. And Rhea has never beat Io. So then, could this be the time where the luck changes and Rhea beats Io? A lot of unknowns, but I'm going to stay with Io Sky winning. Unfortunately, I have to agree with Memo, and I'm kind of worried about this because I think that's like the second or third one. When I look at the chat, I've agreed with the pick that he's thrown out there. Scaring me, Frankie Fresco. Scaring me.
Well, first and foremost, let me answer to Memo, because Memo's saying AJ doesn't need the win. Explain why he needs the win. All right, so first and foremost, the last thing that we saw on Monday night was Logan Paul getting over on AJ Styles. So that usually means that the baby's usually going to go ahead and get over on WrestleMania. So that helps AJ. And then second of all, AJ this year, he's had 5 matches and he's 2-3. So he has more losses than wins. So I think it only makes sense for AJ to win. I think it doesn't hurt Logan Paul whatsoever. And again, Logan Paul's a heel. Nobody likes him. So if he wins or loses, it won't hurt him. I feel like this Logan Paul AJ Styles match was just put in there all at once, just for the hell of it. It wasn't like a big story. I mean, they've tried to create a story on it, but I just don't feel like it's been something that has been won by the fans or people have been invested. So I feel AJ Styles needs the win more than Logan Paul. I think Logan could take the loss and it won't hurt him. As far as the triple threat match, man, I'm not in with Io, bro. I don't see Io Sky winning. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I have Bianca Belair winning this one.
Okay.
And the reason I have Bianca Belair is because they've been teasing us with this whole heel situation with her. And now on top of that, it would make sense for her to win the belt, and then you could start seeing how her and Jade Cargill might start a feud between those two and see what could happen from those two girls. Especially if Naomi gets involved as well afterwards and says, "Hey, look, I lost, but look, you were able to win a championship belt and all this stuff as well." So there's still a lot of story between those 3 women.
Oh, no, yeah, there's a lot of story just to go.
I honestly feel that Bianca Belair is going to pull this upset. I don't think Rhea Ripley is going to go ahead and win this. And I don't think Io Sky is going to win it either. I think Io Sky should have never won it in the first place, but obviously she did. And I just feel that Bianca Belair is just going to overpower these 2 girls. And I say Bianca Belair wins it, man.
Yeah, and Sammy says Bianca has a WrestleMania streak of her own going. And again, I'm not against it. I just see there's ways to where, I don't believe Rhea's in this. It's Bianca or Io to me. But I feel like it's been built up to where you look at Bianca as now she's becoming heel. If she loses this match, again, you could run it back like we're talking about the other matches at, Backlash, and now she beats Io one-on-one. Or something like that. Again, where she starts turning more heel and seeing there. So, as you said, I think there's more story for all of this involved either way you go, especially with the Bianca, Jade, Naomi part. But then if you throw in and if Jade costs Bianca the match, now you have that going, and she can still go, for the title. So there's a lot of story left in that one if they want to go that route, or they could just, as you said, just make it Bianca flips and goes heel in this match, and then now you just start building up for that future match with Jade Cargill. No doubt says, are the Kabuki Warriors able to return? I know Kairi Sane is back to doing physical activity. Asuka has been posting, but nothing physical yet. So again, I don't know. They always try to keep surprises coming. So, again, could the Kabuki Warriors be involved in this and help Io Damage Control stay on top? So
I just don't see that because it's
probably a farther stretch than the whole Jade and all the other stuff. But again, it's WrestleMania, and then the night after WrestleMania, you always get the returns and things like that, or some of the NXT talent coming up. So we'll see. And then the main event of night 2. Still having a tough time on this one, man. I'm not going to lie to you. Cody Rhodes, the champion, defending against John Cena. So many unknowns in this match. The 5 moves of doom with John Cena, now in the heel form. So now he can really just do the 5 moves of doom and get away with it. And then you've got Cody. The story was finished last year at WrestleMania. It got off to a lackluster start. I felt like he's picked up momentum. And then when he got, to the Royal Rumble and all that stuff, I feel like with the whole turn of John Cena, it's added something to the championship run here. And I have a tough time believing they're taking the title off of Cody. I really do. But also, when you look at everything, John Cena's scheduled for the Raw after WrestleMania. John Cena's scheduled for, other shows coming up. And again, I know
he's going to be here Friday.
Tour. Yeah, I know it's his farewell tour and all this stuff, but he's at the SmackDown. He's doing all that stuff to where it's like, would Triple H push the button and take the title off of Cody Rhodes? And again, we talked about it here on the part of it where we with Seth Rollins, where Stephanie Hypes brought up that point. And again, that's the unknowns on all this. We know usually in the main event of night 2, you get all the craziness. Last year it was the Bloodline came out, then Jay came out. Jay and Jimmy went off the side. Then The Rock came out. Seth Rollins' music hit. Then The Rock comes out. Then The Undertaker's music hits. Then Seth takes the chair, all leading into Cody finally getting a pin.
Yep.
Now, again, maybe in this one, there's not so many factors figured in because so far we've got Travis Scott, The Rock, Cena, and Cody. So now there's not as many, moving parts on this one. And Josh brings up Cena will win and finish his story by being the 17-time champion. And, I told you before that I can't believe that they take the title off Cody. I think the best thing to do at WrestleMania is to take the title off of Cody.
So you're going with John Cena?
I'm going John Cena, man.
Wow. You surprised me there.
And the reason I'm saying that is because I think back to his dad, Dusty. Dusty was at his best when he was chasing after the title. So now Cody loses it, and now he's chasing John Cena, and John Cena wins the 17th championship, which means he surpasses Ric Flair, who is currently under an AEW contract. So, again, you put a little bit of mud on that as well. Now Cena takes over that. I think you get a lot of the pettiness out of the way with John Cena.
I'm gonna stick to my guns, and I'm always said that John Cena deserves to win it as the heel, so he's gonna win it. But here's the crazy thing: just like they like to do a lot of twists,
Yeah.
I feel somebody's gonna turn on Cody.
Okay.
I feel like somebody's gonna turn on Cody, and
Well, that's right. The Seth makes sense, right? Or who are you thinking? Who are you thinking?
You want to know who I'm thinking?
Go ahead, man. Call it.
I feel it's a surprise, but I feel like it's gonna be Randy Orton. I think Randy Orton turns on Cody Rhodes.
But see, the only reason I will go, and again, this is all I'll say on this. I feel like it's going to be Randy Orton versus John Cena for the championship at Backlash.
Remember, they had that. Cody and Randy Orton have had some of those in ring moments when they're like, "Yo, I'm going for the belt and all this stuff." So it makes sense for Randy to go after Cody and cost him a belt, which then would go ahead and allow Randy to say, "Hey, look, I'm either part of this faction that they're doing, or John Cena, you need to give me a title shot because I helped you win the belt." You feel me? So I personally feel that Randy Orton is gonna, especially now that KO is injured and he's not gonna be in it. I feel it makes a perfect sense for them to go ahead and turn him into a heel. And I think Randy Orton.
Well, then in that case, then don't give him a match.
No, well,
You
you
know
give
what I'm
him a
saying?
match. You
No, no,
give
no.
you give him a match because
No,
you
don't give
still
Randy
sell.
Orton a match because then that feeds into this story.
No,
Him
but
turning heel.
you give him a match that he's gonna win, and he wins, right? And everybody thinks it's all fine and dandy, and and he's a baby still. And then when John Cena is fighting Cody Rhodes, somebody comes and helps out John Cena, and Randy Orton comes in to help Cody, and then all of a sudden betrays Cody Rhodes, and then that's when you see the turn. So you see from the first match, one of his first matches, Randy Orton going ahead and going from baby to a heel and turning on Cody Rhodes. That's why I feel it would work. I actually feel it would work even more if he does have a match, because if he doesn't have a match, then you don't. Yeah, I don't know if Randy Orton would even show up, but I just feel like Randy's gonna turn. I don't know why. So my gut instinct is saying that Randy turns, or somebody will. My first impression is him. Josh says Stone Cold will turn on Cody. Guys, you guys are. I don't think they
I mean, but
need.
that wouldn't be a turn, right? He would just come out and stun him and go. It's not like, again, with the Randy Orton is interesting because then you also, again, if Randy does win the title, say from Cena at Backlash or whatever they're going to do, it makes sense then for Cody to come back and be like, I'm coming back for that. And now you've got the whole, Cody chasing the title still, whether it's Cena or Orton. And yeah, I talked about that earlier, Sammy. The Backlash poster is kind of Randy Orton just coming out in the whole. He's the poster. Randy Orton, his face is the poster of Backlash, which I think is going to be a title match, is what I think. And it would make sense if he does come out and then, like you said, either let me join or give me a title match because you wouldn't have the belt without me. Makes sense. And then now we feed into that. Again, it's kind of like the triple threat match the night before. What WrestleMania main events with big name talent now doesn't have those surprises throughout somehow?
Yeah, and again, it's not a huge surprise like last year. I don't think there's a way to top it by bringing the Undertaker
No.
and the Rock and also. I don't think the Rock comes out this year, but I really feel that you could still have a pop with
But see, I
having
think
Randy
the
turn.
Rock it's the Rock is the one that, he's the leader of this, whatever the hell this is with Cena.
Yeah, it is true, but I don't think he's gonna
But
be
again,
out there.
I don't think he comes out and be, I think he comes out and he's just there, not like last year where they fought and then all of a sudden he comes out at the end. Like, I think he's just going to be out at the ringside area or something. Because again, remember, he's also the board or whatever the hell he is. He's the final boss. He's the board. Memo says The Rock fucks over Cody.
Yeah.
He also says he don't see Orton joining the faction. Josh, let's go Cena. Cody sucks.
He does.
And then Sunday is going to be awesome. Can't wait.
Well, let me ask you that. What do you feel? Do you think Saturday or Sunday is the better lineup?
Oh no, Sunday. I think. Well,
that's tough.
I think Saturday could have maybe better moments, but I think Sunday's going to be the better card just because of the Cena Cody Rhodes, and it'll be the last thing that you remember, and that seems to always be.
You're telling me that the Cena Cody is a better main event than the Roman CM Punk Seth Rollins main event?
I mean, name wise and status wise, Yes. For what it means WWE wise, no. Because I think they said it last night. The future of the WWE is whoever wins this match. And I agree with that because I think that's who's going to, be the next main event player in all of this, whoever wins that match.
I think the lackluster fights that they have, the Logan Paul AJ Styles is a lackluster. It's not the greatest fight. The tag team girls is kind of like a lackluster one, and then the Drew McIntyre Damian Priest are lackluster.
Yeah,
The other
because they
two,
know that. I guarantee you what's going to happen is this. We say there's not going to be a lot of surprises in that match. I guarantee you there's a lot with that card the way it is, because you're right. When you look at this card on Sunday, there's nothing there. The Braun Breaker, Penta, Finn Balor, Dominic could turn into something. The AJ Styles, Logan Paul could be a
that's just
steal,
a match.
a great match. It could be the great match. But other than that, there's nothing on this card that is what Saturday night is. Saturday, you've got, just looking at it, okay, you've got the Naomi Jade Cargill, that's built up. Gunther J. Uso, Tiffany Charlotte Flair,
That one's good.
Triple Threat, the Rey Mysterio El Grande Americano. Like, you have matches that are moments and that you want to see. The second night, it's the Intercontinental title and the heavyweight title.
If
And
you look,
the Triple Threat women's EO match, I'm looking forward to see what they do with that one.
if
But
you
that's it.
if
3
you
out of 7.
if you look at the Sunday card, right?
Mhm.
Obviously, the main event delivers.
Yep.
Even though Gunther and Jey Uso is like whatever, but that's not a bad card. That's not a bad fight. We
And
we
then
want to see
also,
who wins.
I think the moment, if Jey Uso does win, of 60, 70,000 people yeeting, that just visual is going to take over night one.
Yeah, Charlotte Flair and Tiffany. That's a really good one because of the whole they've gone off script.
Yeah, you don't know what's going to happen.
El Grande Americano is riding high right now, so that's why that match is pretty good. And then the other three matches, which is the Jade Cargill Naomi, the New Day War Raiders, and Jacob Fatu and LA Knight. Jacob Fatu is still like a big guy, so that's why I like he's gonna deliver no matter what.
Yeah.
Jade Cargill and Naomi, there could be a twist on that one because
There
you
could
don't
be a
know.
twist, and I think they're going to surprise. I don't think it's going to be like a match of the night type thing, but I believe the story that they can tell, if done right, could be pretty damn good.
I think the only lackluster one is a little bit is the New Day one, but remember, New Day also has been riding high with this whole heel turn that they've done recently,
And then
and
also,
and what they said
not
earlier.
there's not a street fight, no disqualification type match. I'm wondering if that changes into that, because remember, the reason the New Day won was because of disqualification. So
Yes,
I'm wondering if they change that, because you have the Sin City street fight on night 2. I wonder if they change that to be kind of more like a street fight type thing with weapons and everything, and just to have that match also on night 1.
I think Memo has a problem with El Grande Americano, sir. Like he says, I don't think El Grande Americano match should be on WrestleMania. To be honest, why not?
I mean that you're not even American.
Exactly.
Oh, actually,
No, he isn't. He's Argentinian. No, he's not. That's probably why he doesn't like
that's
El Grande Americano.
un-American. Un-American.
He's not American. He wants to, if it was an Argentinian wrestling, he'll be like, it's the greatest match in the world. But
Yeah.
a Grand
Josh
Americano.
says, if Cena loses this Sunday, I think Cena wins the Money in the Bank and cashes in on Cody. What do you guys think? I don't look. Look, if Cena say babyface, I would say maybe. But as a heel, like I don't see that being pushed with Cena as a heel. Now again, if he does the whole redemption thing, guys, I'm sorry, I'll show you that I'm that guy. I'm gonna enter Money in the Bank and win it. And it's like a redemption part of the story. I could see something like that. But if he stays heel Cena, I do not see him do it. Or you know what also though they could do? Like they did with Brock Lesnar, right? They had the Money in the Bank match, and Ali was going up to grab the briefcase, and then Brock Lesnar's music hits. And he wasn't even in the match. He came down, knocked Ali off the mat, climbed up, grabbed the Money in the Bank, and was the winner. Cena could do something like that if he stays heel.
Plus, I mean, haven't you noticed that on every single promo that they had between Cody and Cena, like Cena has been the one that's been put down. Like, dude, in every single one. We'll see what happens on Friday, but and then the last time he was on, he got smacked and he was laid out. So it's like just makes sense for Cena to win this.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like they kind of, I don't know, man, whether they did it on purpose or it was whatever. They never really let them verbally jab each other. It was kind of Cena talking, Cody answered, Cody talked, Cena answered. They didn't go back and forth like Rock and Cena did in that build up to 28 and 29. That wasn't what we saw on the microphones. It was just, too heartfelt, I guess, from Cody, heartfelt. And then Cena too, man. I believe this was a chance for Cena to really be and talk how he really feels. Not toward everybody, but toward that, the fan base that F you Cena. Cena sucks. Let's go Cena. Cena sucks.
It's about time.
Screw you guys. Now's my chance to get back to you guys.
Let me ask you something. What do you feel, since we already did our picks, what do you feel is going to be the first match on Saturday, and what do you think is going to be the first match on Sunday?
See, now that you said that, I think, man, I thought.
I'm going to go with Saturday is going to be Jey Uso versus Gunther. I think that's
it's going to be one of those the title matches. I honestly thought Stratton Flair. If Jey Uso does kick off the WrestleMania, I think I'm going to take an L on that one because that'll be a feel-good moment to start WrestleMania. So Jey Uso would probably win if that opens. But, I'm going to stick with what I said, Tiffany against Charlotte.
And then on Sunday?
Whew, this is a crazy one, man.
The Sunday one is a little bit tougher.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go maybe AJ Logan. Or maybe Damian Drew, just because it's going to be a street fight and you're just going to get the crowd into it from that. But I out of those, I think, again, if you put the title on Dom, that might pop the crowd. The Intercontinental title could actually start it because
I say the women's trios match, Bianca Belair, Io, and because remember that you know how Triple H likes to do it. He likes to give somebody like a high props at the very beginning, and then
because they always say the if you're not in the main event, you want to be the opening match of there, and you're probably right. Actually, now that I think about it, you're right. But that card, other than the two top matches, is so like rawish.
It's not that bad. It's not that great. Look, I'm telling you,
it's like a Raw on steroids. The night 2 card.
Yeah, because that Lyra Bailey match is so lackluster. The AJ Styles Logan Paul is okay, and then the street fight between Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. We've seen them. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. There's nothing there that you look at and you go, So again, it's going to be odd though because you will get the, if Bianca Belair wins as you think, you're going to get the crowd either to pop or like a big pop from the crowd, and then you're going to have the next 5 or 6 matches until you get to Cody, and then throw in the Dom. I think if Dom wins, I think that'll be a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, it's going to be kind of night 2's going to be very contingent, I believe, on what happens in that Cody Rhodes, John Cena, to be like, this is the greatest WrestleMania ever.
No doubt has a good point. Started off with a Grand Americano and a fabulous entrance. That's a good one, too.
Yeah, but also Josh says Chad Gable versus Rey Mysterio should be in the pre-show.
That's funny. That's funny.
You know what I love the best? Is Memo corrects Josh with Mysterio, but doesn't say it's not Chad Gable. It's El Grande Americano.
That's correct. Or you know what they could do? I don't know, but they stopped. I read that stuff that they were like, they don't want to make any more pre-show fights before heading into the WrestleMania. That they wanted to do it more like a College Game Day. So that's why
the College Game Day.
I was gonna say it would be funny if they have Chad Gable go against Dragon Lee on the pre-show, and then he fights as a Grand Americano in the main card.
Nailed it, man! It would be the Creeds and Chad Gable, American made, versus Dragon Lee and Joaquin Wilde, like a trios match to kick off the pre-show, and then El Grande Americano. 100%.
I mean, that would be nice, but they stopped. They're not gonna do no. They don't want to do any pre-show
I don't
fight.
know. They might do one.
But that would be funny if
That would
they
be
were to
good.
do something like that, because then you're like, yo, you saw Chad Gable can't fight twice on WrestleMania. What are you talking about? But then you have that, you know?
And you know something else I wanted to ask you, and I don't know if anybody else saw this, and I don't know if anything's been put out there, because to be honest, I've been so busy, I haven't been able to look online. Did you see Braun Breaker last night at the end of the segment?
No, what happened?
He was holding his knee.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if,
Maybe he hurt himself?
yeah,
Yeah, like that. Yeah, that sucks, man. If he did hurt himself, makes more sense for him not to win the belt or retain the belt.
and again, maybe that's something that they're trying to do. Let me see if anything's been said on Braun Breaker.
Did you got?
I'm listening. Go ahead, man.
Did you? On a side note, did you guys hear that Mariah May might be making her way over to WWE? Did you hear that?
Yeah, but then the latest came out. Her contract's not up until at least November, and some people think it might be longer than that. So it's still a little bit away.
Sean, if we weren't busy this weekend, we could definitely go to WrestleMania. Did you see how the prices massively dropped for WrestleMania? Insane.
Well, yeah, because they got all the money they needed, and now they'll just fill in the place.
They dropped by it says they dropped by 25%. So you're getting a 25% discount on WWE tickets now to go to WrestleMania. So if you were paying $100, now you're paying $75. I mean, the cheapest ticket I think was going for like $300, and that was going all the way into Boondocks.
Yeah, no. This was, again, they're gonna. It is the TKO way. They're gonna price it, and then leading into the week, then they'll fill in the seats with lower price tickets. That's what they do at UFC events. That's what they do. And then so Braun Breaker apparently is okay. They think it was part of. He did clutch his knee, but it looks like it was just selling more of the storytelling. I thought maybe Penta, when he dove out of the ring, might have came down on the knee more. So we'll have to see. But it looks like everything is good on the Braun Breaker end of things there. But yeah, I mean, again, look at how much money they're making, man. Did you see the schedule for WrestleMania?
They're doing a lot of things, man.
While they're there,
they're doing the Undertaker thing, the Hall of Fame. They're doing a lot of things. They're doing that Pat McAfee show. They're doing so much crap. It's crazy how much money.
All right. So here's the WWE schedule. We had Raw on Monday, right? NXT's tonight. The WrestleMania kickoff is Friday. SmackDown is Friday. Hall of Fame Friday. Stand and Deliver is Saturday. The Countdown Saturday. WrestleMania Saturday. 2025 Slammy Awards are Sunday. Then you got the Countdown to WrestleMania. WrestleMania Sunday. The Raw after Mania. And then NXT. All that's happening in this week. Not to mention what you talked about. The Undertaker's one night stand. They have every night there's a WrestleMania after party at different clubs there throughout, with different stars are going to be at each club.
That's pretty smart, man.
So they're I mean, it's not just, again, it's
what a Super Bowl. It's like way better than Super Bowl, bro.
And my after parties are at Club Live. Thank you, Memo. So and then they I believe took out one of the convention centers and made it the largest ever WWE shop.
Do you feel like this is going to be something?
Penta masks. Did you see all the Penta masks at Raw? I was like, man, Frankie, where was you?
Freaking guys. Do you know? Do you think they're gonna keep doing this? Like all these like after shows and stuff like that, and all these additional things for future WrestleMania, or is it only because they're doing it in Las Vegas that they're doing it this?
I think this one might have had extra, on steroids because of Vegas. Again, maybe if they come to Miami, they might do the same thing with, depending on, I think, maybe where it's at. Like, you're not doing it in Indianapolis.
Yeah,
right? And you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's going to depend on where they're at
yeah.
and the atmosphere and the environment there. But I could see them doing it like in Miami or somewhere like that.
I hope
Now
they bring it
again,
to Miami.
I
Last
don't know
time,
that they do it as much as what Vegas is because again, Vegas, everything's you can get to everything walking. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, I mean, when you look at it, if you got everything in like the little area there where they're at, and it's gonna be it's gonna be awesome. The only thing that I question, and I'll continue to question, is how long they keep going 2 nights.
Nah, they need to keep it. 2 nights is that already.
But
Everybody
think
used to
about
it.
this. Think about this. If you didn't have 2 nights, think about this card. All right, this is the card. 7 matches. Okay, Braun Breaker Intercontinental Title match 1. Right, Io Sky the Triple Threat 2, Cody Cena 3, L.A. Knight Jacob Fatu 4, Gunther J Uso 5, Tiffany Stratton Charlotte 6, Roman Reigns CM Punk 7. One night, there's your 7 matches.
Yes, but here's the
That
issue.
feels more PLE-ish than what we're getting.
Here's the thing. A lot of the people who buy the tickets to go to WrestleMania usually get both nights. They don't only get
Yes.
one night.
Yes.
And then second of all, it does give more of an opportunity. Like for example, a Grand Americano versus Rey Mysterio. You probably wouldn't see that at a WrestleMania, but now you're seeing it. The New Day, you versus the War Raiders. You probably would not have seen that on WrestleMania. Now you're giving those guys
Yeah, but again, this is
room.
where I'll go with this. WrestleMania used to be the grandest stage of them all.
It
This
still is
was
a
the
grand thing.
Super Bowl. Now it's becoming the Pro Bowl.
No.
Everybody gets
How
in.
dare you say that?
Everybody gets in.
Wow, the disrespect, man. That's like saying a Grand Americano is from a Gulf of Mexico instead of Gulf of America. No, that is not the case, sir. That is not the case. It would only be that way a Pro Bowl if the main events did not live up to expectation. The main events do live up to expectation, and there's still very good cards
Yeah,
of
but
fights
again,
on this card.
you got 7 matches, and we talked about it. On night 2, there's maybe 2 or 3 that are worthy.
Yeah, man, but you're giving these guys and these gals opportunity, man.
Yeah, it's the
There's
Pro Bowl,
more
right? We're
room.
giving you opportunity.
It's not the Pro Bowl,
It's the
sir.
Pro Bowl, bro.
The
The Senior
disrespect,
Bowl,
man.
the East-West Shrine Game.
You guys are disrespectful. How dare you guys say? How dare you say that, man? That's not the Pro Bowl. That's not the Pro Bowl. No, I like the 2 nights. It
No, I don't
opens.
mind it. I feel like, again, I like where they were heading with a lot of this, but I feel like at the end they started adding like everything. Like you could tell El Grande Americano or whatever Chad Gable was doing was leading to him at WrestleMania. Again, when he took the note from Dom, we didn't know where it was heading, but you could see it was kind of going to be at WrestleMania, whatever it was. It ended up being El Grande Americano. So I can understand it. And it's just, man, it just feels to me though that if you took those 7 matches and made that, and then you know what, if you wanted to add the other ones, then you do a pre-show and then have them be there on the pre-show.
Nah, because then what you have is like an AEW pay per view where you have all these main fights.
Yeah, but I
And
feel
then
like that's what this has become.
no,
Everybody gets on the card.
no, not everybody. Not everybody. Look at the tag
I
team
mean, yeah,
belts are
Otis
being
isn't on
defended.
there. You're right. Otis isn't on there. You're right.
The tag Montez and this guy are defending the belts against Motor City Machine Gun on Friday. They're not on
Right.
it. You know, there's a couple of them that are not there. I mean, yeah, there is some fights that they could have probably done a better job, like the Lyra Valkyria Bailey one, but it's not the Pro Bowl, man. It's good. I like it, man. And plus, at the end of the day, why are we even
You know what I would have?
questioning it? Money talks, bro. It's all
Yeah,
about
no,
money,
no,
bro.
100%. That's what all this is. This is
It's all
money
about
grab.
money, bro.
As long as people are paying for it, night 2 stays, baby.
You want and can you imagine? Look, you it makes more incentive for somebody to go to WrestleMania. You get to experience all this stuff.
Yeah.
You get to experience Saturday, Sunday. You know, you're
And a
hyped
lot of
up
the
on.
international fans end up getting the whole package. So they get SmackDown, the 2 nights of WrestleMania, the Raw, hotel stay. This is their, like, they spend thousands upon thousands of dollars to come for this one show.
Yeah, man. So like, dude, it's like hands down, I like the idea, and I say they continue. Now, don't make it a habit to make all the strong the major live events like this, like Royal Rumble and Survivor Series, 2 nights for those and all that stuff. would be
But
over.
you can't do 2 nights for Royal Rumble unless you
Right.
did the men's on one night and the women's on the second night. Like, I mean, I don't know how you break that down for a night one, night two. The other ones, SummerSlam, you can get away with SummerSlam and Survivor Series being two. Survivor Series might be pushing it unless you go back to the traditional, which I wish they would go back to the traditional Survivor Series where you have a captain, he picks 3 or 4, or she picks 3 or 4 ladies, and it's 4-on-4 elimination style, lone survivor or whatever survivor. Like if they did that, that would be, I could do 2 nights of that. Because then you'll get different, adaptations of teams. That's what I used to like about Survivor Series. So, all right, Frankie, let them know how they can get a hold of you, man. I know we went over a little bit longer than what we wanted.
It's okay. You guys can follow me at Frankie Fresco and on all social media platforms under Fresco Music. If you want to find me, just the FREZKO is the best way to find me. And then I'm on all social media platforms. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all these, TikTok, all of them. And then again, I appreciate you guys, bearing with me. I know I've been coughing a lot. I just been muting myself a lot, so I know I'm under the weather, but I thugged it out. I told Sean I was gonna thug it out today. Hopefully, I feel much better. I'm gonna take some more drugs to try to feel better because I got a busy weekend. And then let me know, Sean. Are we doing something this weekend? We'll talk about that in a minute.
Well, actually, I'll go and tell you now. We will do a post game on Saturday, a post show on Saturday, and then a pre and post on Sunday. Already in talks with a couple people. Frankie, of course, will be, I believe, Sunday is what or is that still?
Yes. So Sunday I'll be here for the pre and the post. So Sunday you can count on me. Saturday I probably won't.
Yeah.
I'll do my best to see if I can make it. I'm gonna be doing a DJ event. I have 2 events that night, so I need to feel better, man. That's why I'm taking like crazy medication.
Go get med up, man. Go get medded up.
I mean, I feel better considering I did the show. Like if you would have asked me yesterday, hey, let's do the show yesterday, I probably would have told you no, I can't. Even though I've been coughing like crazy, like it was worse. Like that's how bad it was. Yesterday I was like, I've been drinking soup like crazy. I've been drinking Gatorade. I've been drinking, just trying to I've been going out, taking walks, just trying to get some sun in my eyes. It's just bad, man. This year has been rough for me when it comes to my health. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but
Well,
I've been getting sick
yeah,
consistently.
but you do, as the D, you're around everybody. It's not like
Yeah.
you're in a booth and sitting there, hidden.
Oh, not now that you say that. Now that you say that. So
You're in a quarantine booth, aren't you?
last week, you guys were talking about the prom, and if I was gonna drop the Jay Uso.
Oh, yeah, I saw the thing. I was like, damn, I don't know if he dropped. I told my daughter, I was like, he said he was going to play the Jey Uso thing. I don't know if he did or not.
So I'll tell you what happened. So I didn't play the Jay Uso when the whole kids were on the dance floor. So I chickened out. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I chickened out. But I will say this: I played it at the end. It was the last song, so there was about maybe like 50 kids left. And they said, "Hey, this is the last song." I played the last song, and then in the background, I said, "Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and play the Jay Uso song." So I went ahead and I played it. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm glad I didn't play it for the whole kids because I'm pretty sure they would have looked at me with like a stupid face, be like, "What the hell's wrong with this guy?" But out of the 50 kids that were there, about 4 of them went ahead and yeeted. So there was at least 4 kids that did recognize the song and did yeet when I played the song. I did not get a chance to record it, guys. I did play it, but I did play the Fiend song. Obviously, that's a banger all the time. So I remember, I think it was Josh who had told me. Josh was the one that, or Sammy. I think it was Sammy. Was like close enough, close enough. So, but the Fiend one did work. So, just wanted to give you guys an update on that one.
That is awesome. You can catch me at Stanley Media _11 on X and at Stanley Media House on everything else, Threads, Instagram, Blue Sky, TikTok, everything else that you can think of, and Stanley Media House Network on Facebook. Go like the page and subscribe to the YouTube channel, Stanley Media House Network. And I think that's it. I'm still working on the website. It was rolling, and then I had to take a couple days off. But there is a website at StanleyMediaHouse.com. And that's all. Again, pre-show, post-show on Saturday, pre and post on Sunday. We will have a panel of wrestling experts.
I'm telling you, if it's able to get finished, hopefully WrestleMania ends at 11. If it ends at 11, what I'll do is I'll try to jump on while I'm cleaning up, because I usually clean up. So you might see me like cleaning up, and at the same time I could do some of
Handle
the
your stuff, man. Handle your stuff. But I'll tell you this. Until then,
He's gonna win on Saturday.
in the words of the great Gordon Soley, so long from the Sunshine State.